Hello and welcome to Barenaked Tech. As the first unboxing video for this channel, I thought that a good start would be giving you all a glimpse of the tech that I'll be using behind the scenes to make these videos possible. So, for today's video, I will be unboxing the Rode Wireless Go compact wireless microphone system, the device that I've got pinned to my chest now. Now, for obvious reasons, the unboxing itself will have a distinctly different audio feel, because obviously I can't use the microphone at the same time as unboxing it. Anyway, if you enjoy this video, please remember to like, subscribe and comment down below, especially if you've had any experience with this product or if this video has helped you in any way. Okay, so in front of me I have both the Rode Wireless Go kit and the SC7 TRS to TRRS adapter cable that allows you to connect the receiver on this kit directly to a laptop or a phone 3.5mm jack. I know what you're thinking. The Rode Wireless Go comes with its own 3.5mm cable. Why do you need another one? Well, that's actually a great question. TRRS actually stands for tip, ring, ring and sleeve. Similarly, TRS stands for tip, ring, sleeve. If you look at the grey side of this cable, you can see you've got the tip and you've got two rings and you've got the sleeve, hence the TRRS. On the TRS side, i.e. the side that you would actually plug into your receiver, you've just got the tip, the ring and the sleeve. If we were to try and use the included TRS to TRS cable, i.e. the original cable, with a laptop or a phone, in many cases it simply wouldn't work, it would be incompatible, as the device would automatically be identified as a speaker and not an audio input. To get around this, you've got multiple options. You can get a USB sound card or just USB to 3.5mm jacks, 3.5mm splitters, which would actually split your TRS from the laptop into separate mic and audio sections, so you could actually just plug the cable, the original cable, straight in. You can get a cable like this one, which is probably the most straightforward option. It's good to just have a single cable knocking around. And then they also do an SC4 adapter by Rode that would actually do the job as well. So that literally is just a small device, about yay long, and it would convert this TRS side here just straight to a TRRS. So job done. But on this occasion, I actually am choosing to go with the SC7 adapter, as you know, it's going to guarantee compatibility. SC4 SC7 is probably the best option to go for. I know you didn't come here just to hear me talk about a cable. Obviously not the most interesting thing in the world. So, for the main showpiece, the Wireless Go compact wireless microphone system. Looking at the box, you can see it's fairly small, fairly sturdy packaging. If you slide this open, you can see actually it is kind of double layered as well. So you've got a box in the box, so you've got some protection from the cardboard there. Bear in mind, I have actually already opened this box just to verify the contents. You can expect your own to obviously turn up fully sealed, taped up. This pouch contains both the microphone and the receiver. I will just set it aside briefly while we check out what other contents is in the box, because this is obviously what we want to talk about the most, so I'll just kind of put that towards the end. Inside the box, the kit is sent with two fur windshields just to reduce wind noise if we're using the kit outside. It's a small but valuable addition really, as I'm sure some of you will be doing some filming outside, and it's going to reduce wind noise quite significantly. In addition to this, you've got the TRS to TRS cable, which obviously we won't be using, but for those of you that have actually got a dedicated microphone input on your PC or perhaps your camera, you know, that is more likely to be the cable that you would be using, so that's well worth keeping. And finally, we're actually given two USB cables. These are used to actually charge the two devices and also potentially plug them into your computer for a firmware update if you need to. I was almost expecting them to send just one cable, which would have been awkward for two devices, but actually they have thought about it. They've sent two, so that is really good. The devices themselves actually do advertise something around a 7-hour battery life. Obviously, it's always worth taking these original claims with a pinch of salt. particularly if you're filming in a cold environment where battery life may be significantly reduced. Having access to a portable battery pack along with one of these cables might be useful if you're filming in that sort of environment. Device range on both of these items, or combined, is 70 meters. That is line of sight though, so if you're in a kind of crowded area or woods, for example, I would not expect the signal to transfer particularly well in areas where the signal's got to bounce around. So yeah, line of sight, and it is over the 2.4 gigahertz frequency band, using a 128-bit encryption. Just for those of you concerned a bit more about security, wannabe eavesdroppers aren't theoretically going to hear what you're saying. It is also advertised that you can use up to 8 of these systems in one location. I can't verify this with a single set, but it does sound like a reasonable claim. The protective pouch itself is soft and lightly padded to give you some transport protection. You can kind of see that here. Being small and lightweight with the devices, it should be more than good enough to protect them against accidental drops. They're not actually going to do that much damage if you drop them. I do say that if it doesn't work now, I may have to eat my words, but there you go. Both the transmitter and the receiver both weigh approximately 31 grams each. They both contain convenience clips as well. The receiver can be clipped somewhere convenient, like a camera strap, if you needed it to, or even a belt, something like that. And the transmitter, obviously with this integrated microphone, can be clipped to clothing close to your neck, or if you're actually using it with an external microphone, using its integrated 3.5 millimeter microphone jack here, then you could just put it on your belt. And then with that kind of setup, you're probably expecting a slightly more professional sound. You can use a more directional microphone closer to your face. The microphone integrated in the device is omnidirectional, and it is advertised to pick up the user's voice even when less than optimally positioned. This may come at the expense of background noise, I guess, but the proof will be in the quality of the audio in the start and end of this video. Build quality on these devices does seem reasonable, if a little bit plastic, although I guess weight saving, that probably is a benefit. At this compact size and this price, it's to be expected. So I suppose people who are buying kit at this price are probably more concerned about the sound quality. A more premium device would demand a more premium feel. The microphone, the transmitter, has 2 LEDs at the top. One to indicate connection to the receiver, and then the next one along to indicate power level. The receiver light, if it's connected and transmitting to the receiver, then it will be solid. There are a number of different settings, but I would suggest you kind of read the manual for those, as I won't go over them in detail in this video. Again, with the power LED, there are different flashing settings, different colours depending on what the battery level is. But again, I'd recommend you read the manual to actually pick those up as well. On the other side of the device, we do have a USB-C port. So this is for the charging, plugging into the computer if you need to update the firmware, etc. Turning on these devices is easy. At the bottom, both devices, well, at the top of the receiver, I should say, at the bottom of the transmitter, there are power buttons. All you have to do is hold that for 5 seconds individually, and the device should come on, like so. Let's try that with, I actually haven't tried this one yet, so I hope it's got some battery in it. Right, there we go. Blue solid light to indicate we've got more than 20% battery, and a blue solid receiver light as well to indicate that we are already paired to the receiver. Basically, no more setup is required. This system is already transmitting. In fact, you can actually already see that. You can see the microphone level on the front there. It's actually already picking up my voice. Obviously, it's not going anywhere. It's not been saved to this device at all, so you don't have to worry about that from a privacy perspective. If the devices do come, and for whatever reason they aren't linked, then what you can actually do is hold this link button here at the bottom of the receiver for 3 seconds. I won't do it now just in case it compromises my link. What that will do is put this into a pairing mode, and then with one single click on the transmitter, these should be paired. Very straightforward. There's no menu-based options here. No complicated kind of clicking through settings at different levels, you know, very, very straightforward. So I'm actually quite impressed by that. The device does come with an adjustable audio setting, if I can find the button. Apologies, it's on the bottom of the receiver. This button here labelled dB. What this is effectively for, it adjusts the audio input level to the device that the receiver is plugged into. You can adjust the gain a little bit yourself. If I click this button, you can actually see there's an indicator at the bottom left. It does actually kind of drop down and come up, so you've got a visual indicator of what level you're at as well. Before messing with it, I would recommend you just leave it at default, check it, see how it sounds, and maybe kind of mess with the settings from there if you're not happy with the default out of the box setting. As for me, I've been happy with out of the box so far, so it hasn't been an issue at all for me. Also on screen, you have 2 battery indicators, which is useful. You don't actually have to rely on remembering the lights. You can see the receiver at the top left, the battery level, and the transmitter on the right. Very self-explanatory. There's not much more to do with this device now other than test it. So what I'll do for you guys is I'll get them set up, and then I'll film the introduction, so I'll film it backwards, and then I'll film the conclusion, and then hopefully they'll give you some sort of idea of how good the sound quality is.
Wow, I must admit, it's quite hard to believe that all those features are actually packed into a device this small. I've been particularly impressed by this, from start to finish. Its compact size combined with its good battery life, reasonable audio, and the option to attach an external lavalier microphone makes this a frankly intriguing choice in the market. It was straightforward to just plug into my laptop by plugging in the wireless receiver using the TRRS to TRS cable and setting it as the primary microphone device for my project. I do actually plan on continuing to use this microphone to record my content for the foreseeable future, so you can keep up to date with its progress by liking this video and subscribing to my channel for future videos. See you next time.